So from six component of external management environment, I will explain focus on three, which is the economy, social culture, and demographic. So for economy part, so as you know, the current economy is not going good, as we see due to the COVID-19 and the going downtrend of the oil price. So most of the industries such as travel industry and tourism business are not doing good. But as for courier company as like J&T Express, business is going on as usual. This is due to the component of social culture. So the social culture, as you know, the current trend of shopping is most people are going towards online shopping. So even online shopping are doing monthly events such as the tree of Shopee and others platform of shopping, online shopping. So this will increase the demand of deliveries of parcel and packages. So even though the economy is not going good, but the trend is helping to give life on this, continue giving life on this business, courier business. So about the demographic on this business, most, if looking at the HQ, most of the employee at the HQ is around Gen X or Y. But looking at the branches such as Sekanda, we have the manager, supervisor, and a lot of dispatcher and admin. So the two common generation is Gen Y and Gen Z. As you know, dispatcher need a lot of strength, physical strength, and endurance to deliver the item. And lastly, one more component of environment that will affect the management is weather. So as we know, delivery, J&T most commonly use motorcycle to deliver their parcel to, especially in rural area. So whenever the weather such as heavy rain will affect greatly on the delivery, the time delivery of the item, which could cause customer complaint. So I think from me that's all.
Hello, my name is Kamal Aiman, and we'll be moving on to the next point. I will be discussing about decision making based on the interview with Mr. Ainol from J&T Express. He stated that the first step of making in decision making is to identify the problem and also understand it. He stated that the problem that the J&T Express is experiencing is about unsatisfied customer, late delivery, and also internal problems. And based on the interview, we can observe that Mr. Ainol, as a manager, he applies and also follow the steps in decision making process. And moving on to the next point is Mr. Ainol mentioned that how decision making process affects the organization in hiring human resources or dispatcher. He stated that in order to choose the right dispatcher or human or worker, he sees the effort of the interviewee in terms of the appearance of the interviewee during the interview, and also the main plus point of the interview session is on how the interviewee familiar with the region, road, and also the zone. From here, we can observe that Mr. Ainol is applying the allocation of weighted criteria in selection of suitable candidate for the organization. And moving on next to the last point is the risk that the organization has taken. Mr. Ainol stated that the risk that he himself has taken is on the risk of dispatching or delivering the parcel in terms of if the customer is not in their household. So from there, the dispatcher himself has to take the risk in terms of whether the dispatcher has to leave the item at the household without the owner attending the item, or he can take the risk of just leave the item there or bring back the item to the headquarters. So from there, the dispatcher has the risk taking of whether they should take the risk or not. I think from that's all from my part.
Hello, I am Ahmad Shazwan Bezana, and now I will move on to the planning strategies and process. In a courier service, planning is a very crucial in order to have a fast and smooth service that can increase satisfaction of the customer. Based on what we have learned from introduction to management, we have clearly seen that J&T Express are currently implementing steps in strategic management process, which includes strategy planning. The first step is by identifying goals and objectives. According to the manager, the goals and objective of J&T Express is to deliver items and goods to the customer on time consistently. To achieve the goals, all dispatch services are distributed equally among the staffs. Each staff will be assigned a short route and a long route in their services. For example, each staff have to deliver items that covered area of Bandar Seri Iskandar and Bota Kanan. Other than that, moving on to the SWOT analysis, which is included in the planning strategies and processes. One of the analysis is about threats. So, related to the courier service, rain, weather mostly is the threats that have been faced by the courier service. So, in order to have a good services in courier, they have to make a proper plan in order to deliver the items in a good condition and proper way. So I think that's all from me.
Hello, I am back in this assignment. As I mentioned, my name is Daniel Ali Khairi bin Nurul Khairi. So my part is managing the human resources. So managing human resources are one of the toughest task assignment assigned to the managers. They are so important root to the company as they handle all management tasks in a common company. Their job scope is not only focusing their main tasks in the company, but also take note on the sub-main tasks, which include the database of every systems, the in and out card of that company, and personal info and every employees. They need to know how to manage everything, which include the implementation of agreed meeting of its objectives, improvement, complaint, and other minor issues faced by J&T Express. Excuse me. The recruitment of new employees are also handled by them, as they need to hire new employees by stages. For example, let me mention our interview have told us that they need a specific requirement to hire an employee, such as they need to know the road in Seri Iskandar outside and inside bound. So if they meet the requirement, they will be hired for 3 months by contract. If they did well on their performance, J&T Express will hire them on the spot. If they didn't do well in their performance, the company will let them go by any chance. They will not give chance on the newbies. This is just for employment. We did not talk about their delivery system, which include pickup and dispatch system and VIP and customer system yet. Besides, the dispatch and pickup system covers the postcode of 32610, 32600 and 32800 in his experience. They divided tasks into 2 shifts, which one from 8 AM until 5 PM. Another one is from 9 AM until 8 PM. The off day will be given to employees for half day in a weekend. Honestly, when they are on holiday, the customers always bother the holiday. I know it sounds ridiculous, but customers always like. As a manager, they need to know the basic knowledge of the system, the operation, the employees, and also their customers. He also needs to do motivation briefing to ensure there is no miscommunication between manager and employees. He mentioned to our group that if he does work, so do they. I find it interesting as almost employees are very motivated during their tasks. So that's my part.
Okay.
My name is Khairul Hafiz and I'll be covering the managing change and innovation part. Okay, for managing change and innovation, few examples that our interviewee, Mr. Ainol, personally experienced are: firstly, the transition from a smaller company of 5 to 7 workers into a larger company which covers more area of service and contains a lot larger amount of workers. Mr. Ainol stated and acknowledged that there are some challenges coming from a smaller company that he worked early part of J&T Malaysia in Sri Iskandar into a larger one. One of the changes and challenges that he faced for this part is that with the larger amount of people, there are larger variations of emotions and way of thinking of the workers. And apart from that, due to larger company and covering the larger area of services, a lot more the process and operation are prone more to complications either during the processes of couriering or due to workers or clients. Secondly, another innovations experience is J&T Malaysia is planning on offering outbound services. Currently, J&T Malaysia is only doing inbound services, which means that J&T Malaysia will offer and can deliver overseas item into Malaysia and to the Malaysia residences. With this new outbound services, Mr. Ainol stated that J&T Malaysia might face few challenges. One of the reason being overseas address system and format. Certain countries are slightly different or completely alien from Malaysia's address, which can cause some complication. And that's my part. Thank you.